You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your well-being is not optional. It directly impacts your effectiveness, your relationships with your students, and your ability to stay in this work long term. Hey y'all, welcome to my YouTube channel where we learn together, take action together, and reflect together. My name is Tamera, and thank you so much for being here. Today we're talking about the importance of reflection and how to end the school year with purpose, renewal, and restoration. Whether this school year stressed you out or inspired you or both, I want to invite you to pause and give yourself the gift of reflection, renewal, and intention. To know me is to know that I do not play about reflection. I believe in it, I practice it, and I build it into everything that I do. It's even in the name of my learning and development firm, the Knowledge, Action, and Reflection Institute. And this video offers 4 essential reflection questions for educators like you to examine the school year, make sense of it all, and leave this year with insight and intention. So if you're ready to reflect deeply and step into the summer with clarity and energy, then hop in the car and let's ride. Okay, so here's what you need to understand. Reflection is a responsibility. It's a moral, personal, and professional obligation. It's a non-negotiable. Reflection is essential for all of us, but especially educators who are committed to improving student outcomes. It's how we grow, it's how we heal, it's how we transform our classrooms and move forward with power and purpose. Reflection invites us to examine our knowledge, decisions, and daily practices closely and ask, how did my actions impact my students? It challenges us to confront what worked, what didn't work, and why. It helps us to see where we created joy, where we missed the mark, and where we still have room to grow. When done with integrity, honesty, and compassion, reflection brings us back to our purpose, restores our clarity, and again, renews our commitment. And throughout the school year, passionate educators like you pour into their students. They teach through change, challenge, and pressure. They give their students so much and often end the year feeling exhausted. And so let's avoid that by doing some deep reflecting. Here's the first question. What am I proud of this year and why does it matter? This question is important because it helps you reconnect with your impact. In a profession that often focuses on what's missing or what needs improvement, it's easy to overlook the progress you've made and the meaningful moments you've created. Naming your accomplishments not only honors your work, but also builds confidence, motivation, and clarity around what you should sustain. When you know what you're proud of, you're more likely to repeat it and refine it with intention. Maybe you built stronger relationships with students who typically resist connection and it transformed the energy in your classroom. Maybe you implemented a new teaching strategy or routine that boosted student engagement and stuck with it even when initially it was uncomfortable. Maybe you advocated for yourself or students in a way that felt bold and necessary. Maybe you showed up consistently during a tough season, even when you weren't sure you had it in you. Whatever it is, big or small, name it and celebrate it. And here are some additional prompts to consider when naming what you're proud of. What did I do this year that made a meaningful difference for my students or my classroom? When did I feel most aligned with my purpose or values as an educator? What did I try that stretched me or helped me grow? The second reflection question is, what challenged me most this year and what did I learn from it? This question is important because it invites you to look honestly at the hard parts of the year, not to relive the struggle, but to extract wisdom so you can refine your practice in powerful ways. This is where we get curious, not judgmental. Take a look at your systems, your strategies, the way you gave feedback, and how you responded to your students' academic, social, and emotional needs. Look beneath the surface and don't criticize criticize yourself. This question requires humility, curiosity, grace, and courage. It's about growth and allows us to deepen our practice and become more responsive, equitable, and effective. Maybe you had a student whose behavior constantly disrupted the flow of class, and it forced you to rethink your management style and seek more trauma-informed strategies. Maybe you were handed a last-minute curriculum change that didn't align with your students' needs, and you had to advocate for flexibility or supplement with your own materials. Maybe you dealt with personal grief, health issues, or burnout while still trying to show up at school, and it showed you the importance of rest and setting real boundaries. Here are some additional prompts to consider when naming challenges and the lessons learned. Were there students whose academic, social, or emotional needs felt difficult to reach? What did you try? What didn't work and why? Where do you need more tools, more time, or more understanding? What pushed you to your edge? What moments made you question your capacity or your ability to do this work? And what did those moments teach you? Did you struggle to create a classroom culture where every student felt safe and valued? Did you find identifying misconceptions or adjusting instruction in real time difficult? The next reflection question is, how did I take care of my well-being this year, and where did I fall short? This question is important because your well-being isn't separate from your practice. It is foundational to it. When you are well, your teaching is more sustainable, your presence is more grounded, and your relationships with students are stronger. This question invites you to assess how you cared for yourself, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It helps you identify both the habits that help you thrive and the patterns that led to burnout so that you can move forward with more balance and intention. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your well-being is not optional. It directly impacts your effectiveness, your relationships with your students, and your ability to stay in this work long term. So, how did you take care of yourself this year? Did you commit to taking a real lunch break and protecting your planning period? Did you lean on a group chat with trusted colleagues for laughter and support on hard days? Did you commit to leaving school by 4:30 on Fridays? Really every day, but especially on Fridays. And did you stick to it most weeks? Did you ignore signs of burnout, say yes too often, or push through without asking for help? And now you realize that something needs to shift. Did you maintain a strong morning routine for the first quarter, but slowly abandon it and immediately felt the impact? Here are some things to consider during your reflection. What routines, boundaries, or practices helped you stay centered or supported this year? What boundaries did you set to protect your time and energy? How did you make time for rest, for joy, and for connection outside of work? When did you feel most depleted, and what contributed to that? What warning signs did you ignore, and what might you do differently? What would it look like to care for yourself more consistently next year? And the final overarching reflection question is, what do I want to do differently or more intentionally next school year? This question helps you shift from reflection to intentional action. It invites you to carry your insights forward with purpose. Instead of defaulting to business as usual, this is your opportunity to align your practice with your values, your vision, and your personal and professional growth goals. This is about doing what matters most more mindfully. Do you want to set firmer boundaries around your planning time so you can leave work at work? Do you want to incorporate more student voice into your lessons, making your classroom more collaborative and culturally relevant? Do you want to start the year with clearer routines and rituals that build classroom community from day one? Here are some additional prompts to consider during your reflection. What do you want to stop doing because it no longer serves you or your students? What do you want to start doing to align more closely with the teacher you want to become? What needs to be simplified, strengthened, or protected in your practice? So those were the 4 reflection questions every teacher should ask at the end of the school year. What am I proud of this year, and why does it matter? What challenged me most this year, and what did I learn from it? How did I take care of my well-being this year, and where did I fall short? What do I want to do differently or more intentionally next year? Grab a journal, your notes app, or you can even download the free end-of-year reflection worksheet I created. It has 3 questions and the corresponding prompts to help you close this year with clarity and walk into next year feeling grounded. You can download it using the link in the description box, and once you've downloaded it, take about 20 minutes to sit and reflect and write down your responses. This is how we finish the year strong, not by just turning in grades or cleaning our rooms, but by turning inward, by taking the time to reflect, reset, and renew. And if you're looking for a space to continue doing this work with intention and community, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to my newsletter. It's a space for educators who want to grow and heal, who want to be excellent and well, and who are building classroom spaces that are inclusive, affirming, culturally relevant, and that transform students' lives. The link to subscribe is in the description box. I hope you have a truly restorative summer. Take time to rest, take time to reflect, and take time to reconnect with yourself. Do the things that bring you joy, that deep joy. And if you can, step away from the usual teaching and learning routines for a bit and allow yourself to just be. Focus inward, breathe, and heal. You deserve the space to recharge so that you can return next year grounded, renewed, and ready to show up with purpose and power. And that's all I got for now, y'all. Remember to keep learning, keep taking action, and keep reflecting. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye.